hope this video has helped you in some way, or help understand how to survive and better your situation. Great Bear can really be an amazing, beautiful place. You just need to understand the dangers of it and how to act on dangerous situations and how to make the best of them. Whoever may have found this tape, I really hope it's taught you a thing or two. This is Undefined, signing off. Hey, is this thing working? Hello? Test 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Alright, so here's the thing. I'm not sure exactly how much longer I'm gonna last. I mean, I have a good amount of food and water, so I'm thinking at least a month or two before I really have to start digging around for more resources. I found this old camcorder in this cabin. I strapped it to my head to free up my hands. It still has some juice in it, which is pretty surprising. I'm making this video so that there'll be some sort of record of me, and if anyone happens to come upon this tape, hopefully it'll help you survive this cold, harsh land. I'm not sure what's happened, but everywhere is like this now. So you, whoever's watching this, listen closely, and I'll help teach you everything I know. So first things first, maps. You want to learn the maps. That is the utmost important thing about this game. Maps are knowledge, and knowledge is power. If you know your way around each and every map, you'll be a force Mother Nature should reckon with. If you mainly play on Voyager or Stalker, and this is your first time playing Interloper, it's going to be a huge difficulty jump for you. So I'd recommend getting used to the maps, or getting at least somewhat familiar with most of the maps on the lower difficulties first. Each and every map has unique landmarks associated with it. If you learn these, you can navigate via landmarks. Learning the map itself is stronger, but takes more time, so landmarks are a good place to start. For example, I know the old Spence family homestead is in that direction, because I'm at the Poacher's Camp landmark. So because I'm at one landmark on the map, I can orient and navigate to any other part in the map, just from one landmark. That's how powerful landmarks can be. Here, I'll show you another example. Here we are on Timberwolf Mountain. This area is inhabited by many wolves, deer, rabbits, and the like. A good idea to buy you safe passage past the wolves is to herd the deer into the wolves to distract them. It looks like I spawned near the wing. This is important because I know where the wing is, and because of this I can navigate towards the mountaineering hut. And just to confirm, on the way to the mountaineering hut there should be a bear cave and a bear. And there's the bear. So because of this, I know I'm on the right path towards the mountaineering hut. Because I knew where I was going from the start, that made the difference between life and death. I hope this conveys how powerful and important map knowledge is. Alright, on to the next topic. Now that we have a good understanding of map knowledge, the next step is to put it into action. As soon as you arrive in Great Bear, find shelter. Otherwise, you will freeze rapidly. On Interloper difficulty, your needs decay at the maximum rate. This means your thirst, hunger, your fatigue, and your warmth drop the fastest compared to the other difficulties. As soon as you see shelter or a landmark leading to shelter, head for it. It is imperative for your survival. Even finding shelter, though, doesn't mean you're completely safe. You may still be cold inside the house. You'll still be slowly freezing. It is important that once at this point, once inside the shelter, you begin the next step. This next important part of your survival is looting. You'll want to search every nook and cranny of the shelter you're in. Gather as much important resources as possible. This includes matches, flares, food, clothing, and other equipment such as crowbars, hacksaws, and the like. Even a magnifying glass is incredibly useful, as it means free fires during the day, thus stretching out your matches, which are probably your most important resource. Matches are used to start fires, which ultimately keep you warm. You can use them to boil water, so you have clean drinking water at hand, as well as cooking food to eliminate any parasite or infection risk. Cloth is another incredibly useful resource, as it allows you to repair your clothing. The better the condition your clothing is in, the better the warmth and windproof bonuses they'll grant you.
This stuff will come in handy.
Now we move on to an incredibly important topic. This topic will be the backbone of your survival. We move on to defense. First of all, when you arrive in Great Bear, the best defense you'll have are stones. Yes, stones. But listen, they're not so bad. You can use them to distract wolves, scare off wolves, if you can hit them. Just make sure to free throw them though. If you aim at the wolf with a stone, the wolf will charge you. So you'll need a bit of target practice first. And finally, stones can be used to stun rabbits and catch them for food. See? Stones aren't so bad after all. I would recommend though that you try to avoid wolves at all costs for the first few days until you craft a bow. To do that, you'll need a few items. For the bow, it's straightforward. We need cured guts. These can be obtained from any dead deer you come across or rabbits you've caught. And we need a cured maple sapling. As for the arrows, we need cured birch sapling, and we need either an improvised hatchet or an improvised knife to craft it into arrow shafts. You then take the arrow shafts and combine them with arrowheads and crow feathers to craft a complete arrow. However, this is no easy task. Let me show you an example and explain. So we are currently in the Forlorn Muskeg, heading towards the forge. Before you head out to the forge, please make sure you have these items. You need scrap metal, cloth, you need the hammer, and you need coal. At least have those items. That way you can craft your arrowheads, you can craft your improvised knife, and you can craft your improvised hatchet. 1 scrap will net you 2 arrowheads, 3 scrap and 1 cloth will net you an improvised knife, and 5 scrap and 1 cloth will net you an improvised hatchet. The hammer can appear in a number of locations, so I'd suggest looking at the loot table and familiarizing yourself with it. Remember, knowledge is power. As for the coal, that can spawn near forges, trains, and in mines, as well as other various locations. Also, when you're early into your survival, it's a really good idea to pick any cattails you come across. Not only are they just free food sitting out here, but they're also free tinder as well. Here's what a maple sapling looks like. Its birch counterpart looks similar, just white with black stripes. I'm sure you've seen birch before. It's also wise to harvest any old man's beard lichen you find, as the lichen has medicinal properties and is good for treating infections. The same can be said for reishi mushrooms. The reishi mushroom has antibacterial properties and can be brewed into a tea and drank whenever you are sick or facing a bacterial infection risk. Let us now skip forward to the forge, and I'll show you exactly how to craft your new set of improvised tools. We found a hammer. Good.
That'll come in handy. I could use this.
I'm gonna start my fire using the flare, as to preserve my matches. The unique thing about coal is that you can add it on top of the fire, even when the fire is at maximum duration. Your fire can only usually last for about 12 hours max, but you can keep dumping coal into it, even at the 12-hour mark. Just be careful not to waste your coal. Each piece of coal will increase the fire's warmth by about 20 degrees. You need the fire's warmth to be at least 150 degrees Celsius in order to forge. I've made sure to bring enough scrap metal, cloth, and coal with me in order to make at least one knife, one hatchet, and a pair of arrowheads. I've also made sure to bring some food and water, as I'll likely be staying the night. The forge's temperature is at least 150 degrees, and now we're ready to forge. The knife is the more important of the two, I'd say, as it gives you the quickest meat harvesting times, although the hatchet is pretty handy as well. Chopping up wood, getting wolves off of you. The hammer's also really good for getting wolves off of you.
rest soon.
I'm tired, but I don't want to waste the precious time I have with the forge. Try to make the most of my time. I'll take the condition hit.
We could just lay down. Have a little sleep right here.
That's enough work for the day. I'm gonna call it a night, but I need to make sure the forge has enough time so I can sleep through the night while being warm. You want to make sure the forge, or whatever fire you're sleeping beside, has enough time to last through the night. Otherwise you'll freeze in your sleep. Also, it's good practice to drink water before sleeping to prevent thirst damage. We've made it through the night. It is now early morning. The forge is still roaring. I think I'm gonna wait till the sun comes up. It warms up a bit more. And then I'm gonna head out to my cabin with our lovely new set of tools. Alright, we're back in the cabin. And now that we've got our set of tools, we can use either of them to craft the arrow shafts. From there we just need crow feathers, and gotta combine those with the arrowheads we made. And ta-da, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrows. And we have our bow from the cured guts and the maple sapling. At this point, you are now an equipped hunter with a brand new bow and a set of arrows. No more running from the wolves. Now it's their turn to run from us. It's survival time. This is basically endgame mode now. We've made it through the thick of it. We just gotta make sure our resources and supplies stay stocked up from time to time. I'm gonna attempt to use some bait. Let's see if he takes it. Fido is not taking the bait. We're gonna have to put him down. So what I did there is very dangerous. I would recommend against going out after wolves if you have no practice or experience using the bow. If you're new to using the bow, I'd stick to hunting deer until you feel comfortable enough to go out and hunt a wolf. There is a certain level of experience you need to go hunt these things, because if you're not careful enough and you miss, they're gonna pounce on you, and they will more than likely kill you, unless you have a hatchet or a hammer. There's only so much I can tell you, but real experience comes from actually doing these things. Don't worry, you'll get a lot of experience. You just gotta go out there and survive on your own. And it might be hard at first, but you'll eventually get it. Just takes time and practice. Hopefully this will help whoever finds this tape. If you've watched all the way through, I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope my advice helps you survive. I've shared all the important things I can think of. There are subtler things like drinking water before you sleep, but you learn those as you go along. I think that's it for now. I'm not sure how much longer I can record on this tape, but there's one more important thing I want to tell you, and that's... I hope this video has helped you in some way, or help understand how to survive and better your situation. Great Bear can really be an amazing, beautiful place. You just need to understand the dangers of it and how to act on dangerous situations and how to make the best of them. Whoever may have found this tape, I really hope it's taught you a thing or two. This is Undefined signing off. And remember, it is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent that survives. It is the one that is the most adaptable to change. Charles Darwin.